Yo, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Salvation Elite. We are back with a video, guys, and today, man, we're learning how to move like the pros. Obviously, professional COD players master how to move in Call of Duty. Of course, there's certain things that change from year to year, from game to game, but there are certain things that transcend all games in Call of Duty that work in every title you're playing in, and then there's some specific things for Black Ops Cold War that you've got to know how to do to be great at Call of Duty and maximize how you play. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go. So there's really like 6 or 7 aspects of moving and how you move that makes you better in Call of Duty. And so we're gonna be going through a handful of those things today and breaking down how to do and how to use each type of movement in their own way. Let's head into the first one. We're gonna be starting out with some of the more simple ones and then head into more complex, unique things to Black Ops Cold War near the end of the video. So let's get into it. Basically, the first aspect of moving in Call of Duty is understanding when to sprint and when not to sprint. If you get caught sprinting in this game, the sprint out times on your certain weapons in Black Ops Cold War are pretty slow, so it's pretty punishing to get caught while sprinting in a gunfight. So what you've really got to understand and be aware of is when and where the pressure is coming from, when these gunfights are going to happen. When going around corners, you don't want to just be sprinting around the corner generally if there's any chance that there could be an enemy there. You really want to approach corners a little bit more methodically. You can still be moving or sliding or jumping, but just be very aware about how and when you're getting caught sprinting, and oftentimes that can be a reason for why you're dying and why you're losing those gunfights in the first place. Overall, it just takes some time to understand how to use sprint and when the right times to sprint are, and you'll get more and more comfortable with it as time goes on. So the second thing that kind of transcends all Call of Duties is how pros use what they call off angles. And so a simple angle like what you're seeing here is just playing on a head glitch or playing for a corner or playing in a certain area of the map where you're just watching something basic. An off angle would be playing like back from that head glitch, or maybe in a weird spot laying down, maybe not laying down in this game, but playing in an angle that would not be generally expected right off the rip from someone who's coming at a head glitch or coming around a corner. You're playing in a spot that you're gonna see them immediately the second they come around this corner. Oftentimes when you sit in a corner, it gives a player a chance to like kind of scan the whole room and then methodically eliminate and anticipate where you could potentially be. But if you're playing in an area where when a player comes around the corner, that's the first place they're going to see, generally, even though it's not technically as good of a hiding spot, it might actually be more effective because the player has less time to react to where you are. But overall, it's just important to incorporate these off angles into how you play and how you move and use them fairly often to give yourself the advantage in certain gunfights and certain situations. So now in number 3, we're gonna head into more of like the actual movement aspects of this game and how they play. Obviously, slide canceling has been a thing in Call of Duty now for a few years. Basically, Black Ops 4 kind of started this whole trend. Then Modern Warfare, we had the wild slide cancel that didn't feel like it was supposed to be in the game. And then now we have a slide cancel in this game, which is pretty similar to Modern Warfare's, but definitely not as effective. But basically just how you slide cancel is just a simple slide cancels. It's pretty straightforward in this game, unlike Modern Warfare where you had to like basically type in like the number pi to get a slide cancel going. But at the end of the day, really straightforward. Oftentimes you're slide, and then aim on a head glitch. That's basically how you're working it. Back in Modern Warfare, it was the slide, jump, aim was basically how you were slide canceling. It still works nowadays, but it's basically at the end of the day, just very simple. Slide, and then you can aim into something like a head glitch, something like that. It's very straightforward. But in Modern Warfare, you could really use slide canceling to engage into gunfights and use it as like an attacking movement. But in Black Ops Cold War, it's not really the same. It's almost more of like an escaping maneuver or more of like a changing direction maneuver than it is actually like an attacking maneuver. So oftentimes like what you're seeing here, you can use the slide cancel to like get onto a heady or use it to approach a head glitch. And that's your best bet in how to use slide cancels normally, or maybe in a quick change of direction. So you slide out of the way, you slide cancel, and then you're re-engaging into a gunfight. That's a good way to use a slide cancel. But generally in this game, slide canceling, where before in Modern Warfare you could slide around a corner, slide cancel and attack in the open, that's definitely not your best bet in Black Ops Cold War. If you know where somebody is, that's when the slide cancel is your best friend, because you can use it on a head glitch to pop out from the head glitch and camera someone around that cover. And that's your best bet in how to use it in a gunfight to attack someone else. Otherwise, use it as a defensive maneuver to get out, change directions. In that way, it's very effective, but just a lot different than how you'd use it in Modern Warfare. So the next thing is a Treyarch exclusive. It's something you love to see in the Treyarch games, and that's ledge sliding. Obviously, pros are so good at using ledge sliding to speed up their movement. This has been a thing since Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 had it, and now Black Ops Cold War has it as well. So you can hop on certain areas like on a ledge and slide off the ledge. It's pretty self-explanatory with its name, but it actually speeds up your slide and gives you a little bit of a speed boost off ledges, and this is something you can definitely use to engage in gunfights, to increase your speed, rush routes, and search and destroy, overall off the brakes and hardpoint to get to that certain head glitch just a little bit faster. The pros are so good at using these small movements to give them even the slightest advantage in gunfights, and this is something that you can utilize for yourself as well. Again, like you're seeing here, it's really useful, and you can use it in a lot of different ways and in a lot of different situations to your advantage in any gunfight or really in any mode. But at the end of the day, it's pretty straightforward, but it's definitely worth using. I highly recommend it. Go give it a shot for yourself. So in the topic of sliding, another very simple tip is using staircases and ramps to slide down. It increases your speed when you're sliding and actually is like a valuable asset. Again, when like how pros use it, it's in rushes, it's in S&D, it's to get to those head glitches early on hardpoint breaks. And so overall, just use those ramps and those stairs to increase your movement speed by sliding down them. Very simple tip, but definitely matters overall in your movement and how smooth it's going to look and feel while playing. So the final tip is how to use jump shots in Black Ops Cold War. It's definitely a little bit different this year, this time around, than it was in the past when it comes to how jump shots work. This year, they do punish you a little bit for jump shotting when aimed down sights already. There's a recoil increase with how you jump, and so you want to avoid jumping while you're ADS'd. What you can do though, and how you use the jump shots in your gunfights, is literally aggressively attacking, jumping around corners, jumping into cover. Jump shotting is definitely your friend in Black Ops Cold War, to say the least. And again, it's so good with engaging into gunfights. It's your best bet to help you win those gunfights. And there's a lot of cool ways you can combo the jump slide in with sliding as a whole in Black Ops Cold War. You jump, then ADS, and then you can slide out of that jump. And that's a pretty good way to utilize your speed and continue your movement, make it feel really smooth. If you get that kill in midair, you can then slide. It feels nice. You're feeling good at the game. You feel like a pro when you're doing that. And then of course, similarly, you can also slide and then jump. So jump out of your slide into a gunfight, and that can also work pretty well, but it kind of depends on how you want to utilize it. Again, your best bet is doing that from behind cover or into cover in both those ways. And you can actually slide behind cover sometimes and use that head glitch while you're sliding to identify your target and then jump out of that slide and attack them with the jump shot. So overall, those are a lot of different ways that you can use it, and it definitely is effective in Black Ops Cold War. And when you start pairing all these things together, you start to feel like Shotzzy pretty quick, and it's definitely helped me improve in Black Ops Cold War, and I hope it'll help you as well. So if you guys found this video useful, or if you enjoyed it anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoy it. Hit that notification bell, of course. I do appreciate that. And then there's the gaming channel. I'm just about to be posting gaming videos, some gameplays over there. We got a GB's video coming tomorrow on that, so be on the lookout. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, I'm your boy Abezy, and we will see ya next time. I'm out.